Let's begin in standing. We're going to work with the breath first, working with the traditional pranayama breathing from the Ghosh lineage. Interlock your 10 fingers, place your knuckles underneath your chin. Swallow a couple of times so the throat is free. Bring the legs in together. Squeeze the glutes a little bit. Hips are stable. Inhale through your nose, lift your elbows. Continue to breathe in. Fill your lungs all the way. Keep lifting up your side body through the elbow tips. Exhale, open your mouth, relax your head back. Bring your arms slowly forward, palms, wrists, forearms, elbows together. Inhale, chin down, spine tall, stomach in, look forward. Increase the lung capacity, breathe all the air in. Exhale, open your mouth. Keep your abdomen sucked in and back. Push all the air out through the mouth, elbows together in line with your shoulders. Inhale, chin down, look forward. Keep the knuckle-chin connection. Lift the knuckles up into the chin parallel to the floor. Exhale, tilt the chin up, eyes up, and squeeze your palms together, your wrists together, forearms together, elbows together. Again, go slow. As you breathe in through your nose, you're going to hear the breath pass through the back of your throat. Exhale, make the H-A-ha sound. It's audible, it's powerful, and you're heating yourself up from the inside using your lungs. Inhale, nice and slow. Push the heels down, contract your thighs. Suck your stomach in full lungs. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale through your nose, hear it pass to the back of your throat. Stream it in, fill your lungs, keep your legs solid, stomach in, hold at the top. Exhale, empty your lungs as the shoulders glide down away from the ears. The shoulder blades wrap forward, elbows come together in line with your shoulders. Inhale. Now the neck, spine goes to neutral. So chin parallel, crown of the head to the ceiling, lengthen the back of your neck, squeeze the legs in, hold the belly in. Exhale, extend through only the neck. The rest of your spine stays absolutely still. Create more length in the low back, stomach in. Again, increase your lung capacity, breathe in. Exhale. One more. Look with your eyes, keep going back your gaze. Notice what you see back there. Okay, and then release your arms and be still. Just take a breath. A moment to arrive. Samasteki. Good. Let's warm up the legs, the spine a little bit more. Bringing the arms together, hands together in prayer. Offering the practice to all beings, may all beings in all places receive the benefit of our practice. May we be of service. Inhale, reach up. You can go up, go back. Keep the legs nice and firm. Exhale, dive forward. Relax your head down. Put your hands by your feet. Inhale, look forward. Place your right foot back. Lower your right knee down to the ground. Inhale, reach up. You can go as much into backward bend as you like. Squeeze the right butt muscle as you open up the front of the right hip. Good. Come back to center, twist to the left. Turning around the spine, let the crown of the head reach to the front. Suck your stomach in and pull the low abs in and back. Change, look down, hands down inside of the left foot. Soften your left shoulder down inside of the knee like lizard lunge. Just soften, not a long hold. You're going to step back to high push-up plank position. Lower down the knees, the chest to the chin. Glide the chest forward for lower tall cobra. Shoulders back and down, chin up, eyes up. Downward facing dog, tuck the toes, lift the hips high. Push the floor with your fingers, your hands, palms, grab the floor. In fact, like you're holding, you're hugging, grabbing is a good word, I guess, the mat. And send your tailbone up and back, away from the crown of the head, reaching forward and down. Breathe here for a moment, making the shape and then embodying it, letting your breath fill you and all the spaces that you can imagine of your arms, your legs, your torso, your organs, every cell. Okay, step your right foot forward, left knee down this time, reach up. Chest up and go back, you like. Open the front of the left hip. Change, turn, come up, turn to the right this time. So a nice easy twist with the left knee down. You can turn the right chest, heart up, look up. Look down, hands down, widen out the right foot just enough so you can get your shoulder down to below the knee, potentially your face or head down to the ground. Okay, change, step back, high, push up, plank, lower knees, chest, chin. Inhale, forward with the chest. Upward facing, shoulders back and down. Downward facing, tail high, redo it again. Right foot forward, left knee down. Reach up, twist to the right. Look up. Look down, hands inside the foot. Drop the chest, drop the head, the jaw. Change, step back. High plank. Lower knees, chest, chin. Throw it on the ground and then bring your chest forward. Upward facing or cobra. Reach back through your big toes. Downward facing, tuck your toes, lift your hips. Left foot forward, right knee down. Again, finding the lunge. Stretching the front of the right hip, turning to the left. Lengthen the spine from your tailbone, coccyx, all the way to the head. As you turn around, especially turning around the waistline, Samana Vayu. And look down, hands down inside of the left foot, shoulder relax. There's different channels or patterns of how prana moves through the body. Change, step back. High push up, lower knees, chest, chin. Just one more round like this. Inhale. Exhale. Hips back. Right foot forward, left knee down, reach up. Exhale, twist to the right. Open the chest, look up. Look down, hands down, soften. Lizard. Change. High push up, step back, inhale. Exhale, knees, chest, chin. Inhale. Press your thumbs and your index fingers down, especially in your cobra or your up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Left foot forward, right knee down. And I'm doing sort of a combo. Inhale, reach up, twist to the left. Sort of up dog cobra combo. So I just call it high cobra. But when I flow, it's just one breath, I tend to keep my hips on the ground. We're going to hold up dog in a little bit. Okay, change, hands down. Relax the jaw, the neck, the shoulders. Change. Step back. One more high to knees, chest, chin version. Upward. Think widening through the chest, shoulders back and down. It doesn't matter how high you come up. Notice what you feel. Make sure you feel sturdy and steady, right? Nothing cranky. Tuck your toes, lift your hips up, especially in the low back, okay? From here, walk the toes to your hands and tiptoe. Push more weight into the fingers and the toes. And put the feet down. Forward fold. Drop your head. Inhale, lengthen, look forward. Exhale, fold in half. Inhale, reach up. Gather the palms together, head back, chest up, arms back. Backward bend. Squeeze the back of the butt. Change, come up. Circle the arms down by your sides. And just take a breath in Samasthiti again. Feel the feet spreading into the ground. Soften the face muscles. Keep the abdomen contracted. Center. Okay, let's do another warm up. This one we're going to do from the 84 asanas tradition. The gods and goddesses will just do a mini version, meaning we won't do all the sets and repetitions. Work on your lunge stability. Bring your arms up, step your right foot forward, bend your right knee, lock your left leg, push your left heel forward, right hip in, line with the left. Interlock the fingers, index fingers reach up, cross your thumbs, lift up, head back, arms back. Point to where you're looking at. Take your arms more back. Breathe, lock your left leg, push your right heel down, change, come up. Do a 180-degree pivot, bend your left knee, press your right ball of the foot down, especially big toe mound, drive the right heel forward, left hip back and then right hip forward, abdomen, arms up, head back. Reach your arms up, take your arms back. With the arms, move your spine back, go back. Keep the right leg locked. Lock it, squeeze your right butt. Change. Lower your right knee to the floor, untuck your right toes. Kneeling head to knee pose, stretch up. Chin in, round. Keep the navel to the spine, touch your forehead to your knee. Push the floor with your fingers, palms flat, thumbs crossed. Inhale, come up. Lengthen your whole spine. You can interlock the fingers, half moon, Kali Mudra grip. Head back, reach up, arms back. Chest up, go back. Keep squeezing the hips and glutes. Keep them level. Change. Press off the top of the right foot. Turn, pivot, bring weight into the right foot. Come down on top of the left foot to the knee. The right heel knee 3 to 6 inches apart, close-ish. Eventually touching, chin in, round in. But you want to keep the right heel on the ground. Forehead to the knee, push the floor with your fingertips, round your spine, navel in. Chin in the throat, eyes still steady as you come up. You can look forward, make sure your hips are still aligned, and then look back, head back. Interlock, squeeze, grip, index up, arms back. Lift the center of the chest more up as you take your arms way back. Try to touch your left foot. Keep your right heel down. Change. Come up, press out the top of the left foot, and then tuck left toes, step back, feet together, arms down. And a little bit of gods and goddesses goes quite a long way to warm up the body. Let's do another warm up. This time we'll do another sun salutation. Bring your feet, together at the top of your mat. Okay, sit your hips down. We'll do Surya Namaskar B. We're just jumping all over the sun today. Bend your knees, sit your hips down, lift your chest up. Okay, Utkatasana, spin your inner thighs together, chest up, eyes up. Okay, change. Forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, look forward. Hands down, step high push-ups. Low push-up, chaturanga. Inhale. Now's your upward facing dog. Hold it for a couple moments. Keep breathing. So open wide through the collarbones. Externally rotate at the upper arms. Push your thumbs down, your index fingers down. Squeeze your back of your legs. Make sure your toes are going straight back. Press the tops of the feet down. Big toe, first toe especially. And stay, look up, look back. Shoulders back and down. Okay, exhale, downward facing dog. Step your right foot forward, left heel down, reach up. We're going to focus today on the large intestine and lung. So we'll be looking at the meridians and the organs and the metal element. Open up warrior two. Go to bent knee triangle. Right elbow inside the right knee. Chin to left shoulder, look up. Squeeze both hips forward, bring your upper body back. Push your right elbow into your right knee. Chin to left shoulder, look up. Change, come up. Warrior two. Put your hands down either side of the right foot, step back. Plank. Lower down. Inhale, upward facing. Hold it. Keep breathing. Push the tops of the feet down. Right, bring your chest more forward, through and up, shoulders back and down. Downward facing, exhale. Left foot forward, warrior one, reach up. So we want to get nice and warm. We'll be doing some long holds towards the end of the class, or later, I should say. Open up the chest, warrior two. Sink your hips down, forward, upper body back. Bent knee triangle, left elbow, knee reach up. Chin to right shoulder, look up. Hips forward, upper body back, two arms in one line. Push your right heel down. Change. Warrior two. Bring your hands down. Cycle through. Low push up. Upward facing. Or cobra. Downward facing. And be still. So in downward facing dog, let's take the right leg up. Stretch to the right big toe. And see the line of energy from your fingertips all the way out through your toe tips. Breathe from your hands, your arms, your shoulders into your lungs. Right lung, right kidney. Kidney to the hip, to the foot. Liver. Stomach. Change. Left foot up. Reach, reach. Connect your left shoulder to the left lung, the left kidney to the left hip. Reach through the toes. Heart. Descending intestine on the left side. Change, left foot down. Bend your knees to the ground. Turn your fingers backwards as much as possible. And just grab the floor with your 10 fingers. Do an arch around your spine, cat position. And then do a cow position with your fingers turned back. Couple more like that. Mobilizing the spine, noticing the hands, the arms, and the whole structure of the shoulders. When you round, they protract forward into the hands. Take it into a cow one more time. And then just a little bit, if you can, keep your fingers back for a sec and turn over your wrists, or sway, I guess, over the wrists is kind of what I'm doing, side to side. And I might do a circle. Be very mindful and careful. I'm just kind of massaging, especially the thumbs or wherever you're feeling in the hands. I mostly feel it in my thumb pads. Okay, and then you can turn your fingers forward and then turn your fingers inward and do that same thing, just a little bit forward, back, side to side, circling, playing a little bit with weight shifting through the hands. Palms are still face down. And then you can turn the palms face up. Be very, gentle. Mine are very tender right now, so I'm softening my elbows, not trying to put too much pressure too soon into any part, but I might play with some weight shift. Or try curling the fingers a little bit, side to side, and then change. You can bring your hands forward again. Actually sit down, hips on the heels. You can tuck your toes under to stretch the feet, fascia in the feet. Okay, and shake up your wrists if you need to. We'll go back to downward facing dog, but with the fingers turned backwards. And see how you can get into your dog. Your head might not go all the way between the arms. Today mine's okay to do that. Okay, and then carefully turn the hands forward. You might need to look a little forward for the neck. Okay, and then go back to downward. Lift your heels. You can hop forward if you want. I'm gonna tiptoe. And try to bring more weight into my hands, my fingers, and my toes. This is preparation for pressing up into handstand one day. Okay, and then lower the feet if their heels are in the air. Bend your knees, Utkatasana. Sink your hips, lift your chest, stomach, navel back. Reach up, sit back, change. Come up, arms down, be still. Take a breath. Let's do one round of half moon, and then we're gonna do a couple, we're gonna do the lung stretch. Okay, arms up overhead, sideways, palms together, flat. You're gonna lock your 10 fingers, cross your thumbs, index fingers reach up, chin away from the throat, biceps in the ears, hips forward, upper body back, so everything's very narrow to the spine. Stretch up one more, bend to the right, push your hips to the left, without bending the arms, without bending the legs. You wanna get the stretch on the left side of the body, all over up and down, from the outer feet to the arms. Okay, stay here. Keep your left arm glued to your head. Take your right hand to your right hip. Step your right foot across and push a little more into the hip to move the left hip even more. You'll get even more of a stretch all over the left side, and particularly the IT band, probably, or the outer hip, maybe the waist. Let your head drop. Relax the neck. Reach still, continue through the left fingers, all 5. Okay, and then slowly come up. Find your balance, feet together, arms up, reach up. Interlock the 10 fingers, cross your thumbs, index fingers to the ceiling. Hips low forward, arms back, chest up. Chin away from your throat, stretch up one more. Try to touch your ceiling, bend to the left, hips to the right. Do the standardized 26 and 2 half moon. Hips level, squeeze the low buttocks. Weight back in the heels, right chest up. Bending sideways your spine. Okay, and that includes the middle spine. Lean the right chest a little more up and back. Squeeze your palms, reach your arms, go to your best one. Okay, and then keep your right arm with your ear. Left hand to the left hip. And then for balance, you can step your left foot across. You might find a little more you can go further. You can have your left heel in the air. I think on the first side I did it like that. On this side, I have my left heel on the ground. Whatever helps you balance. Drop your head to the left. Reach through your right fingers even more. This is the gallbladder pathway. Outside right of the right outside body. Change, come up slow. Stop in the middle. Okay, arms up. Half moon back bend. Legs together, squeeze them in. Lift up, chest up. Head back, throat, jaw relaxed. Eyes open, reach up. Arms back. Arms straight, palms flat, go back, chest up. Squeeze the legs in, push your heels down. Lift the center of the breastbone up as you take your arms further back. Go back, go back. Squeeze your legs, don't let them bend. Use your butt muscle. Stretching the stomach pathway. Front of the feet, front of the ankles, shins, thighs, hips, belly, chest, throat, to the eyes. Change, come up. Now use your eyes, look forward, stretch up, bend forward, hinging at the hips. The eyes go for the right because your arms are staying with your head. And once you're all the way down, take your hands behind, scoop up your heels, elbows behind, pull on your heels, head down. And now the eyes are on your shins. You might even feel your eyelashes touching your shins. Okay, roll the weight into the toes, drop your head down, tilt the tailbone up, pull even more. So that you get even more stretch all over the back side of the body, coccyx to head, coccyx to toes. Relax your face. Wrap your elbows further behind your calf muscles once your legs are locked. Try to pull your head even more down towards your toes and continue to lock your knees. Change. Come up. Slowly, gently out of the waist, reach up and bring your arms down by your sides and take a breath. Samastitihi. Okay. The sun is going down in my room. I'm gonna have to turn off the light. Let's do just a lung pathway stretch. So we'll do large intestine in a little bit, but this one you take your thumbs out and just push through your thumbs. As you do that, let the shoulders stay relaxed and forward with the shoulder blades, not behind you. You're not trying to backward bend or sort of do anything with the spine. Just let the stretch happen. Notice as you press through the thumbs, just notice what you feel. Be active with the thumbs. The rest of the fingers you kind of relax. Mine like curl in a little bit because they're relaxed. And as you take some slow, deep breaths, we're stretching this pathway, the meridian of the lung, which comes from the upper outer chest, under the outer collarbones. And then it comes down the arms, the biceps, all the way down the forearms, all the way to the thumb pads, and then it ends up in the thumbs. And we'll press on a lung point also, just to sort of embody a little bit more. So all the acupoints, they run along these pathways that we're feeling in our own body. So lung 1, you'll go out, you can't see because I have a shirt on, but you'll go out your collarbones to right under. So where the outer collarbone meets the shoulder, okay? And then right there is lung 2, so where that indent is. If you drop down just a little bit, you'll be on lung point 1. And you can take some slow breaths later. You can do this, put some, I don't know, if you like using like massage oil or something to warm it even more. This is a really nice point to have in your repertoire, and we can think about it in postures like camel. Really, any time that you have your arms outstretched or grabbing something with your thumbs, we're gonna do that in a little bit. Okay, let's move on to let's do some postures on the ground next. Okay, so onto your belly. And we'll work with the locust. Okay, bring your chin forward. Reach back. So, so that was the warm up. And in this class, it's not quite as intense as, say, in in an intermediate class or a traditional Hatha Vinyasa or something, Goswami stuff. But it was enough to get you ready for locust. Squeeze your legs together. Squeeze your palms together. And then reach back. Okay, so remember the point you're just pressing on the lung. You can probably feel it now as you keep your thumbs together, pads of thumbs together, the outer collarbones, under the collarbones, lung 1. Squeeze your legs more together and breathe into your lungs. You don't have to come up super high, but squeezing the legs more is going to make them float even more. And reaching the knuckles more back is going to lift your chest. Okay, change, come down. Take a breath of rest and do it again. Whichever thumb is on top, do your other thumb, squeeze your legs together, point your toes, reach back and lengthen the front of the chest, the collarbones. Breathe from your lungs into your toes, into the head, everything receiving nourishment of the breath lower down. Okay, next posture on the belly. Go ahead and bring your arms forward like a sphinx. And bring your chest forward. Collarbones wide, shoulders down. Okay, and squeeze through the backs of the legs. You can stay in sphinx. You can move into Bakasana prep. So it's a bow. In the 84, it's like a leg breaker. But you're going to bend your left knee and hold your foot from the outside. We're doing it in the Sphinx, the one at a time legs. Pull the heel down towards the outer hip. Make sure if you twisted like I just did to turn to get the foot, twist back so your chest is forward. Okay, and your other arm is giving you support to keep the chest up. And you're doing it, using your back muscles. Okay, push your heel down. If it's low towards the hip, you can spin your thumb inward, your fingertips forward, and push even more. Plug your hip down, squeeze the back with the butt, and then see if you can get your toes under your ribs. Think of the upper backward bend. Okay, change. Other side. Find your Sphinx, bring the ribs forward. You can drag your forearms back and give you more space. Bend your right knee. You can angle your left arm in a bit for balance. Reach back, hold the inside of your right foot. That might be it. So here you're stretching the lung pathway again, large intestine also. We're going to talk about that in a second. But then from here, right, you can, if you have availability to bend the knee more, you can pull the heel towards your glute, outside of it, and then spin the palm of your hand on top of your right foot. So the thumb spins inward, right? And then you just made the rotation, the fingertips forward, and you can push even more down. Make sure your chest is forward. Squeeze the right butt a little bit. The knee, it's okay if it's in the air, but keep the hip down. Change. So you work on that one at a time version, or you do both at a time. Reach back, hold the feet from the inside. My knees tend to splay out, like in bow and in this, and I'm going to walk them back in. It's okay if they come out a little bit, but I'm going to try to counter it at the beginning. And then when you lift your chest, right, at the back bend, you got to bend your knees a lot. And then you can spin both thumbs forward, press the feet down, and here you are in Bekasana in the Ashtanga second series, and some other things too. Chest up, breathe. Okay, change, lower down, rest for a sec. Let's do another posture on the abdomen. So let's do the throat stretch next. So you can come to a tabletop position. We're going to be putting the throat on the ground. This is Anahatasana, so you're going to open the chest as well. Okay, so from here, I like to think bringing the chest forward as I bend my elbows down so that I can get really the center of the chest on the ground. And then once I'm down, I may play with walking my knees forward, right, to increase the pressure of the chest. Or if I can't get my chest on the ground, that means my knees need to go back a little. Okay, stay. I'm going to be here. So getting used to this sort of breathing as well as allowing the pressure, the space that you're creating in the chest, pressing it intentionally to the ground. Really just gravity, right? You don't have to do much once you found the position. And your chin a little bit, lift it and bring it forward and down again to stretch the front of the throat even more on the ground. The flattening of the throat to the ground. You can keep your hands here. We can take your arms forward, armpits on the ground. If you're in a position where you can hold the top of your mat, you can kind of make fists and pull your mat forward to flatten your armpits even more. That's a good one. And then reaching back, if you want to do interlocked fingers, reach your arms up. Okay, or you can bend your knees. Reach back for your ankles. And then once you've chosen, kind of like, okay, I'm going to hang out in that version and stay. And breathe. And keep flattening the throat down. Allowing the chest, center of the breastbone, to press into the ground. Slow your breath down. You can change hands back in position alongside of the chest, lower the legs if they were in the bent position. Okay, and then lift up into Cobra, right? Tall cobra, shoulders back and down, chin up, look up. Okay, and then we can lower back down and rest for a breath. And then I'm going to show you, no, not, let's go into upward facing dog. Like I said before, we're going to hold it. Press into your hands, bring your chest forward. Lift your chest up. And as you push into your thumbs and your index fingers, you're going to glide your chest more forward and reach your big toes more back. Your feet are on hips distance. Stay. Press into your thumbs and your index fingers. Press the thumb pad down more, lung pathway. Look up, chin up. Stay. Squeeze the back of your butt a little bit. Just enough so you're supported. Also relax the glutes, but for me it helps me stay steady and not jar my low back. Lift your chest up. Push into your hands more. Stay. Breathe comfortably. Upward facing. Okay, and then we can lower down. Back to the ground. Okay, so let's do something else. Another pose on the belly. I'm going to go to child's pose for a sec, just to kind of let my low back release. Okay, we're going to do the next posture. No, let's do a second set of upward dog, please. Okay, so you know where you're going. Go ahead and just know you're going to stay. You're going to hold it. So the pushing down through the thumbs, rotating the biceps out. Okay, so none of like shoulders forward. Shoulders are both down and back. It's a big chest opening, big lung opening posture. And the heart, right? Of course, the space in the center of the chest. Push the feet down. Push your hands down. The knees will be in the air, this one. So you have to come forward enough, your pelvis, to be able to stay. Press your hands down. Lift your chest up. Breathe. Strong posture. Use your hands, thumb pads, eyes up. Squeeze the back of your legs. Stretch the front of your hips. Breathe. And then change. Okay, this time, bend your knees. Tuck your toes, lift your hips to downward facing dog. Let's take a couple breaths in dog. Okay, lower back down. One more on the belly for now. We're going to do bow and lion's breath. Okay, so we'll just breathe out. We'll do 3 lion's breath. And when you exhale, try to extend your exhale. Let it happen. Let it be as long as possible. And as you do so, you're going to be able to kick more. You'll have more power in the back body to kick. And then your tongue just stays. If you're trying to put it in your throat, and your eyes are very, you can open your eyes really wide. Okay, try it. Bend your knees, reach back, hold your feet from the outside. Come into bow. Kick back, kick up. Take a breath. Inhale, big breath. Stick out your tongue. Again, inhale. Kick, kick, kick. One more, inhale. Exhale. Okay, come down. Rest for a couple breaths. And then press yourself back to standing. Take your time. I'm going to go through forward fold. Just take a moment to hang the head, bend the knees, release the shoulders, the wrists, and like a ragdoll spine, just hang. And we're going to slowly come back up. And you can circle your shoulders back and down. So let's talk a little bit about the large intestine pathway. First, I'm going to show you a large intestine uh, really nice acupressure point. So large intestine, letting go, same with lungs, right? Lungs on a more sort of spiritual level. So this point is large intestine 20. I think I'm saying the right number. Anyway, it's right outside of the nostrils. And there's a little bit of you'll feel a little indent there, and you just kind of pull a little out and press in. You don't have to press hard, but you can. The my dog's barking. I don't know if you can hear it, but so I got distracted. But it's it means welcoming fragrance. The translation of the name of the point. All the points have different names. They're pretty interesting when you start to learn them. I don't know all of them by any means, but I like this one because you're opening up your sinuses. It's really good for your skin, right? And of course for your sinuses. If in this time of year we want to make sure that we're keeping everything moving, keeping the throat very healthy. So no pathogens can get into our throat or our lungs as we're approaching the winter. The other thing about large intestine is the autumn's organs. Sita, are you okay? She just had a little fit. Okay. And the element is quiet. The element is the metal elements. Metal has to do with structure. Purification. That's enough words for now. Okay, so large intestine pathway, reach your right index finger out to the side. So in yoga, right, in asana and in all yoga, we're working with structures, right? We're working with postures and postural yoga, Hatha yoga, and then moving energy around to, in essence, purify on a physical level, right? The lungs, the blood. Reach your right index fingers to the right, relax your right shoulder a little bit, turn your head to the left, and you can bring your left chin or your chin down a little bit to the left. Keep your chest facing forward. This pathway runs from that point you were pressing. So with the right arm in the air, right index finger, it would be the left, so outside of your left nostril. And it goes across the face, down the right jaw, right outer eyebrow, and then down the jaw, down the neck, throat, to the outer right shoulder, and then all the way down the arm to your index finger. Large intestine starts at the index finger. Okay, try your other side. So notice what you're feeling while you hold these stretches. You're just breathing and noticing index finger point out, a little bit arm back. Turn your head to the right. And breathe into the pathway from the outer right nostril to the left index finger. Keep the shoulder relaxed. These are stretching that sort of outermost layers of the skin and the fascia so that we can notice. Okay, and then bring your eyes forward, arm down. So structure in postures, purification within the structure, how we do our breathing, how you're finding how to clarify things in the mind, right? Clarification. Metal is, it can be sharpened, it can be very straight, strong, right? Also, it can be heated, right, and bent, so fire, many things. I think the elements are really interesting. And I'm not going to talk too much about them because I want to move into another posture. I'm going to feel the large intestine pathway in standing bow. So left arm up inside of your ear, all 5 fingers together on your left hand. That's your arrow, right? The structure, the middle. Maybe you have a middle, what do you call it? What's this thing on an arrow? Arrowhead. Okay, turn the right palm face out, bend your right knee, pick up the right foot from the inside, knees together. Point your right toes, take a deep breath, chin away from the throat, knees together, hips in one line, kick and reach. Now as you kick and reach, right shoulder goes back, left shoulder to the chin. You find the structure, 2 shoulders in one line, and breathe into it as you bring your body down. Great toes appear above the center of your head. You can release, if you're okay with it, your right index finger. The index finger behind you, all the way to the left nostril. Find the pathway again. Taking and reaching is equal, simultaneous, 50-50. Body down, kick up one more. And reverse. Come back out. Right foot down, left arm down. Take a breath. Try your other arrow. Right arm up, reach up. Okay, rotate your left palm face out, bend your left knee, pick up the left foot. Knees together, chin away from the throat. Point your left toes to the ceiling, stretch your right arm more up. Left leg kick back, right arm come forward, shoulder to the chin, look forward. Keep your standing leg very sturdy, very strong. And as you separate your two shoulders, left index finger can point back. Right shoulder to chin, body down. Feel the pathway, large intestine on the left side. And your left index finger all the way to the right nostril. Open the left chest back. Body down. Kick your toes up to the ceiling. Kick one more. And reverse. And release the left foot down. Arms down by the sides. Breathe into your lungs. And soften your shoulders. Okay. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to practice Uddiyana Bandha. So we'll do just a couple. On. So bring your hands to your hips, and we'll do you can't see my abdomen, my intestines. Really what we're going to do is lift our intestines up and hollow out the belly and hold. Okay, so everything's going to come up under the ribs. So we want to lift the rib cage. So putting the hands on the hip flexors and doing this little round forward. Empty your lungs, and then we push into the I can't really show you because well I could into the when you push into the legs, the organs, intestine, everything lifts up under the ribs. Okay, you create a brace with your hands. I'll just show you one. And then when I need to breathe in again, I have to let my diaphragm relax and let the air come in. What I don't want to happen is, right, a big sort of valve or whatever. I want to let it be controlled. So exhale all the air out. You hold the air out, hold the air out. Apply the bandha. So Uddiyana is lifting everything up under the ribs, and you hold it, hold it, hold it. And when you need to breathe in, you gotta let the diaphragm relax and then let the air come in. Okay, try a couple of rounds. Okay. And we'll just let that go. There's kriyas they can do, so moving the organs around in there. It's pretty cool to be able that we have like access to going that deep in our inner bodies. It looks really interesting too, of course, and you start to see like, oh wow, I can make movement there. But it takes a lot of practice and just patience and doing it repetitively. But it's something that is pretty integral to any hatha yoga practice. And for our purposes today, they're studying both the organ of the lung and the large intestine. Purification, right, is you purify your digestion tract in terms of like letting the stuff come out that is not helpful and clearing things out. And you feel that lightness and that goodness. We always feel better when we're clear in the gut. Okay, so let's do a posture to kind of tap in a little more to intestine. It's called peacock. So you're going to turn your fingers backwards, bring your hands, palms to the ground. And elbows are going to come in towards your abdomen, right at the navel. If you're wrist injured or you're like peacock is just not okay for your body today, and usually it's a wrist issue or it could be a shoulder issue, but for most people it's wrist. You can do the fists alongside of the navel and then round forward, touch your head on the ground or to a block or pillow, and then just massage there with your fists around the navel. We're working with stomach and spleen points there. Okay, peacock, your elbows are going to actually be in that point. So the setup, bringing the fingers back, bringing the head down. You want to try to get your elbows way underneath you towards the navel, maybe even a little below. And then once you have the elbows there, bent into your gut, walk your toes back, grab the floor with your 10 fingers, squeeze your legs together, lift your chest up, head up. And then you want to grab the floor and shift forward, 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 forward until your legs float off the floor. Okay? And you want to, do a couple sets. Right? Try to go in about 5 breaths or so. But I've had students say, oh, this really hurts my wrist. Don't hurt your wrist. So maybe today you do 1 breath or you just keep the head down, or you keep the legs down, just get used to putting some pressure there, but never so much that you're creating any kind of strain. But usually it's doable. We just have to get a little bit okay with the sensation, right? And if it's a newer sensation of putting pressure there in the abdomen, and if you have to go to the bathroom or anything, go to the bathroom because it can be really uncomfortable, or if you ate a bunch of food, which hopefully you don't before you practice. Okay, come into it, breathe, and try to just hold for 5 breaths at your maximum. And this posture is more accessible to some people by bending the knees, so doing it in either lotus or Baddha Konasana. I'll show you Baddha Konasana. Because if you're like me, my upper body is smaller, shorter. My lower body is longer, heavier. So if I shorten my lower body, I bring my feet together and lifting, my feet in, then I can lift my legs up easy. Okay. So that could be fun to just observe. And then if you have lotus, you can do it in lotus. Or keep working on it. A couple more moments to play with peacock. The story of peacock is that peacocks apparently can purify poison in their body. So as we do this purification for the intestines and the stomach, pretend we're peacocks. And even if we ate poison, right, we'd be able to process it. And the being able to move, we could say poison, maybe that's not the right word, but emotions that are hurting us, like grief, which is necessary and It just means we, understand love when we grieve. But if grief gets stuck in our body, it can cause some strain or some stress or some things to go wrong. So when we let go of our lungs in the same way as we purify the intestines, making sure our lungs are really healthy. That might mean we have to cry or sigh, but a lot of this work we're doing today, or in any really yoga practice or any breath practice, is doing that. Right? Is helping us to be better at things that naturally happen. Okay, so we're gonna go into some postures. Let's do this. We're going to do Marichiasana A. Bend your right knee in. Actually, no, let's do half lotus forward fold. So hug your right knee in, flex your left toes, lift your chest up, take your right heel to your left hip flexor, relax the right knee down as much as possible. Lift your arms up, come forward, 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 forward. So you feel your heel in your left intestine. Okay, I did the wrong foot first. But that's okay. Come forward and breathe. If you don't have half lotus, I forgot to tell you, you can put your foot in Janu Shirshasana and put your right fist in the place where your heel would be, so you can still get the pressure in the forward fold. Okay, change. Do your other leg, left knee in, flex your right toes, hug the knee and lift a little bit the leg up, or lean back, really the leg will lift naturally, just getting some space, more space in the hip. And then if you have half lotus, take half lotus. If you're doing Janu Shirshasana, put the your left heel to the inner right thigh and put your left hand, fist in the gut again. Okay. So here's another purification posture for the intestine. This on this side, right, the right side, the ascending intestine. The left side, there's also, you're tapping into the spleen. With the heel, okay, come up and do Marichiasana A, right leg in, right arm up, flex your left toes, shoulder down, wrap around, hold the bind, come forward, relax your head, pull the knee in, take a couple breaths. Massaging the intestine, you want to really pull the right knee with your arm, your bind, take change. Switch out, left leg out, right leg in, left arm up, left arm forward and around. Flex your right toes, come forward. Marichiasana from the primary series, Ashtanga. Amazing posture for the hips, the low back, and of course for the organs, the intestine. Left leg forward. Let's do Marichiasana B, left leg in half lotus, right leg in, right arm up, elbow inside knee, turn, thumb down, wrap around, bind. If you don't have half lotus, you put the foot on the ground, just folded behind the right heel is usually a good spot. Pull, pull, pull the knee in, or you repeat A position. Okay, so this is B, other side. Right leg in, half lotus, or inside of the foot, inside under the shin, left leg in. Notice what you feel, left arm up, down and around. Find your bind, relax your head, breathe. Pull the knee in. Change. Okay, C. We'll do right leg in, left arm up, twist. If you have the bind, bind. The left hand holds the right fingers or actually the right wrist. Twist to the right, look back. Keep your spine tall. Okay, and change. See other side, left knee in. Right arm up. Cross it over. Bind. Binds come over time. It doesn't. When I first learned this a very long time ago, because my first So training in asana was primary series, Ashtanga. So I could not really do these binds. It seemed really out of reach, honestly. And it's only just recently, some 20 years later, uh, not that I've been practicing these postures every day since then. Uh, it would have probably come sooner if that was the case. But anyway, I think my shoulders just have sort of opened in different ways. Same with hips. Okay, so that was C. Let's do D. So for D, half lotus with a twist. Here you do the foot folded in. You don't have half lotus. You can repeat the leg long. But it's nice to sort of get a sense of, how you're managing the hips with the knee bent, because it's a different, than having the leg out. So I always say, do it, approximate your half lotus if you don't have half lotus. Half lotus, do it. Bend your right knee in. So when I bring my left knee down, my right hip had to come up. Right, over time, I might keep it down or bring it back down. I'm going to set up the bind, left arm up, turn to the left. And then if I can bind, I'm going to bring my arm. This is the one in like Mysore, some teacher come around and like, do all these things. But I like to do it to myself. Okay, and then I can really bind the pose. Not to say there's anything wrong with Mysore or that style, but it's not for me. I reach the places myself, not have someone crank me into it. And again, it can take a lot of time. Okay, undo it. Switch it, right leg into half lotus. Left knee bend. So here my right knee came down, my left hip had to come up. I'm going to try to let it come down a little bit, but not force it. Right arm up. Cross over. You might have to bring the shin and the leg in a bunch to your center line to make the bind happen. Well, this side is not happening today. And then you let your left hip come down, just gently, and twist to the left. Okay. Undo your bind, undo your twist. I want to come onto the abdomen again. Okay. And we'll do one more. We'll do two more bows. And then we're now ready. We're almost ready for our first long hold posture. Bend your knees, reach back, hold your feet from the outside. We're going to do a bow again with lion's breath. Okay. Point your toes to the ceiling, kick into your hands, kick forward, kick up. Take a breath. Stick out your tongue, exhale. Again, inhale. Kick harder as you exhale. One more. Release. Take a breath, rest. Reach back for your feet. This time, hold your big toes. Thumbs up, pinkies wrap around, or other fingers wrap around. Thumbs inside of the big toe, first toe. Okay, and then you kick. Let's do the other kind of bow. You can find the external rotation of the shoulders even more. Breathe. Kick. Change. Come on down. And press yourself up into a seat. I'm going to talk a little bit about 5-minute camel. If you haven't done it before, what I want you to have as your goal is to stay in the whole time. And the other goal is stay in with the chin away from your collarbones. So it can be just a little bit of camel. Okay, you can always move through different parts of the pose as you go into these long holds. So you won't maybe be in your biggest, deepest camel the whole 5 minutes. But what I want us to concentrate on is at least keeping the chin up. Okay, some things you can do, which is different than, say, in the traditional, gauche lineage type of camel. You can tuck your toes under, right? And that might give you a little more access to your heels. Okay. Or you can pad your knees if you need support. Fold your mat or get a blanket or a pillow. And one thing that I like to do is put a block between my legs to help me stabilize my legs, my pelvis while I stay. And then I'm gonna get a timer. And give us 5 minutes. So let's do it. Okay, so get yourself ready with your setup. I'll give you some cues and you're on the clock. Okay, starting now. Okay. So as you come in, remember, go slow. Make adaptations as you go. And as, whoopsie. And lift the chest up, let your eyes steady you. Again, just turn away from the throat. Choosing to stay in something is that it's a choice. If this is your first time doing this, that's so amazing that you made the choice and that you're doing it, right? And if you've done this a lot of times, you don't need me to tell you. uh, Soften into the places that start to feel intense if they are. And just notice your capacity to slow your breathing down. And as you slow your breathing down, you are already a minute in. As you slow your breathing down, the mind starts to calm. You can just breathe with yourself in whatever positioning you're in, holding the heels, holding the low back, going into a real deep one, staying in a little bit more of an upright one, but you're choosing to be in a version of this extension for the front of the body, for the spine. So you do want to maintain some strengthening muscles. That's why I like the block between the legs. I forgot to grab one. Because you want to keep the low or the high hamstrings a little active because you're very stretchy in the front of the legs, front of the hips. The back muscles are strong. So if this was a sort of a more traditional restorative type of yin class, you would prop yourself up, right? You would be laying down on a big thing or an Iyengar, right? You'd have a big that table or whatever. All these awesome things they have, ropes holding us, but we're doing everything ourselves. So you want to use enough support. Go slow in your breath. Stay. And you're already, I stopped the timer accidentally. What is happening? Okay, you're already halfway through. Let go. Open the chest. Keep your chin up. Breathe. Eyes steady. Push your shins down. Head back. Throat open. Jaw relax. Breathing nice and slow. You can think about the center of the chest. Beaming up. to the sky, to the star, to the sun, to the moon. Eyes can stay open. You could close your eyes if you want. I like to keep my eyes open and just relax. Okay? And we're coming into almost the last minute already. Breathe calmly in and out through your nose. Tongue to the roof of the mouth. Let the front of your hips stretch. Let go. Even if it's something a little intense, can you soften around it? Can you stay? Yes. Say yes. When you do hear, we're at the last 30 seconds. When the alarm goes off, I'll tell you when it does. I don't know if you'll hear it. Move very slowly out of your shape and I'll tell you when it's time. But especially if you're in a deeper positioning, go extra slow. You slowed your breath down so much. Opening the chest so much, opening the lung pathway. Okay, so that's the alarm. Opening the large intestine pathway. Slowly come out. Once you're all the way upright, your head's up, sit down and just be still. Move very slow. You'll want to move slow. Take a couple breaths. You can close your eyes. And that's amazing that we did that. And as we retrain, go ahead and lie down on your back. It's like we're retraining our spines, our bodies, right? And in yoga, it's really working with the spine. We retrain it, right? We move it in positions that it doesn't sort of normally hang out in, like camel pose. Go ahead and lay down on your back and rest your body, Shavasana, before we do some other postures. It retrains our minds is the other aspect, of course, right? And we're eventually in this state of just being in the field of awareness and just being in the field of awareness without attaching or reverting, and coming to it's in Buddhist philosophy like emptiness and karma, right? Our understanding those roles in our life. That what we think something is, it is. It's all projected. And if we do something, there's an effect. But things are inherently empty, right? It's just isness or beingness. Okay. Next couple of postures will be on our back. When you feel ready, take as long as you like to counter from the long hold. Walk your knees in and gently start to come into a wind removing pose. I go really slow for my low back after the long hold camel. And as I go slow, I find, I can actually get my knees really in to the center and hug around eventually for the elbows. And relax all of the muscles in the back body that were just being exercised that way. And right now, just using a little hug around the legs to create more space in the back vertebrae where you were compressing. And so now we're just gonna counter that for a few moments and press the legs together, stimulating again the intestine and the hip flexors that were just very opened. Of course, it's pretty obvious how this is a nice counter posture. Breathe. When you're ready, you can release your legs, arms down. Okay, then we're going to go into a supine twist. Bring your arms out to a T. You can walk your heels in to your butt. Push into your heels, let your hips come a little bit to the right. Bring your knees in and over to the left. And look over to the right. Relax the chest. Twisting around the intestine, literally the organ pathway from your left index finger to your right nostril. If your palms are face down, your left palm at least, you can really feel it. With the palm up too, but I like palms down to relax the shoulders even more, so they're just trapped to the ground. Take some slow deep breaths here. You could move into crossing the legs. So I'm gonna do like eagle legs now. My right leg just crossed around my left, and that feels nice. Slowly come back to the center. You can walk the heels in, push into your heels, push your butt over, your hips over to the left this time. So when you drop your knees to the right, you're all the way over on the outer right hip. Roll your head to the left and reach through your right index finger, shoulders down, arms a little down. If the shoulders feel tight or strained or weird, sometimes just bringing the arms a little more low is going to help that. But also the knees, they're positioning knees up, knees down towards the chest or away from the chest. And you can play with that. It's a nice thing to not ever feel stuck, but then making a choice, right, to stay somewhere at least for a couple of breaths. Otherwise, we could maybe potentially risk being like fidgety, like always trying to get away from the posture or trying to always fix something that does not need to be fixed. It's like knowing our tendencies. Bring your left leg to cross. If you want to do eagle legs, you can. I just cross my knees. I don't necessarily hook the foot. That's deep enough for me, but she's observing our habits and tendencies. It's especially why I like some classes with longer holds, or even I like to practice Hatha yoga with, more deliberate, like staying in a position and learning how to find a position, find the posture, and then just spend some time there. Even 10 seconds is time, 2 breaths is time, rather than always moving, which is a different practice. And I love a movement practice also. I'm talking a lot. I'm going to stop talking. Bring your legs forward. Walk your heels in. Okay, and then lower your arms down by your sides. We're gonna check our time. I'm just about out of time. What I want to do, so we're at the finishing sequence of postures in for today. I'm gonna do one more long hold, and we're gonna work with a long hold and plow. And you can alternate between plow, ear pressure pose, and shoulder stand. But I want us to stay in, usually we go for like 7 to 10 minutes in the Science of Self world of extreme yin, Rosarian Bond style. But today we're going to do just a 5 minute. And again, you can hold plow the whole time, you can do ear pressure pose the whole time. If you want to have it more just being more restorative yin, place a block, do legs up the wall. But I'm going to work with plow shoulder stand for 5 minutes. Okay, so I'm going to get our clock going. We're on the clock in 3, 2, 1. So, plow. You can use props, you can use whatever you like. If you don't have a regular plow or shoulder stand practice, you'll likely want to have some blankets folded under your shoulders for support, and then have your head off the blankets so the neck is free. I like to keep my hands for a moment. I interlock my fingers. For me, that helps me get my shoulders more underneath. I can wriggle a little bit side to side. And I want to get my hips up over my shoulders. And then if I'm going to go into ear pressure pose, I'm going to bring my hands to my low back. Fingers point up. Now to make sure I'm on my shoulders, there's a pressure of the upper chest sealing off at the base of the throat. If it feels too extreme, you'll want to lift the chin slightly. Also, if it feels too extreme, like on your neck spine, but typically it's just getting used to having that pressure and learning how to breathe. But it's a part of the movement of prana to seal the throat in this posture. Okay, if you're going into ear pressure pose, bend your knees outside of your ears. And again, you can go in and out of any of these positions to any degree. Just try to stay in something for these minutes. Ear pressure pose, knees drop down. You can bend them alongside of your head and hug in on your ears. It might be at the temples today. And you can take your hands to your feet and press down into your feet to bring your knees even more down in. You're sealing off the ears to cut off the your hearing, that sense, turning your senses inward. From there, you can enter shoulder stand if you haven't already, either by lifting both legs up or bending the knees to the forehead and then lifting the legs from there. Bring the weight in shoulder stand primarily to the back of the arms and the shoulders. Squeeze the legs together, point your toes. Push your hips forward towards your head. Bring your feet, legs away from your head so you can't even see your heels anymore. I'm not looking at the clock. I have no idea how many minutes we're in. I'm going to guess it's already at least a couple, if not more. But hopefully our alarm will go off. You can do any shoulder stand business that you like. Again, moving between those 3 shapes: plow, ear pressure pose, shoulder stand. But the work or the sort of goal is just choosing to stay. And next time we'll spend a little less time on something else so we have more time on this sequence. I don't know if I introduced it as such, but is a lot based on Science of Self, Rose Ehrenbaum's Extreme Yin, lung, large intestine sort of sequence that she developed. I remember the first time I practiced it, it was like very intense. Now it's my favorite, but it's also really good to do right now in the autumn when we're nourishing our lungs and our digestion and preparing for the colder season, starting to uh, make structured, right? Doing cleansing or doing that's the time. Uh, okay, so stay a little longer if you want. I'm gonna stay for another minute or so, but that was 5 minutes. But being very clear with yourself, setting good boundaries for yourself, letting go, right? Releasing part of the grief that we might experience. I mean, there's plenty of grief around, just the world and the sadness that comes from the sort of, you could call it a birthing, or our new world is birthing in a way. It's very intense, the amount of pain and suffering going on. Um, and then, of course, the grief that you might be experiencing, loss of loved ones, death, and just on another way of this season, I'm going to slowly come down out of plow, with the low back on the ground, and then go into, once you're all the way out, go into fish pose. And from your fish pose, you'll go directly to final shavasana. So I don't know about you, but I'm just gonna talk to you in fish. um, Summer is like so awesome, right? We have all that sun, daylight, and this time of year, right? We could be grieving the loss of our light, of the sun in the sky, of the warmer days. It's usually a season, a summer anyway, or end of summer is usually a season where we have more time to spend with, you know, our loved ones or our favorite sort of activities. And so the grief we might be experiencing this time of year is saying goodbye, letting go of the light, and moving into the darker months. So preparing ourselves with these kind of practices and setting ourselves with really good, strong habits that will support us and will be nourished no matter what, because we have access to these amazing, incredible medicines of yoga and Chinese medicine and meditation, all the kinds of yoga, all the different paths. Okay, you can come out of fish when you're ready if you haven't already, and lie down in corpse pose, completely let go. Drop the body. Let your mind flower open. Become the seer, the witness. Absorbed in the field of awareness. As the vrittis, or the movement, or the changing, or the churning, the obscuration of the mind has passed. It's just clarity, stillness, emptiness. The field of awareness, infinite, unborn, undying. That being that we are. You could even just say, I am that. Infinite. Take some time to just be, letting go, surrender the body for now. When you are ready, I'm going to guide us through a finishing of the practice, but this video you can certainly ignore and just stay a little longer in Shavasana. When you do feel ready, you'll hug the knees gently in after you wiggle your fingers and toes. And you can roll to your right side. And bring yourself up to a comfortable seat. Lifting the center of your chest, relaxing your jaw. When you come to your seat, you're welcome again to stay as long as you like in a meditation. Just watching the breath. May all beings everywhere receive the benefit of our practice. May all beings everywhere be free of suffering and the cause of suffering. May all beings everywhere have liberation, peace, joy, happiness, and the causes of peace, joy, happiness, liberation. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Thanks for joining this class. Please reach out if you have any questions. Look forward to seeing you again in person or on our virtual. Take your time.